Good morning, students. I am Manikant Mishra, Modern English School, New Area. Again, these days, you people are discouraging to us that not watching the video, not paying attention. So it is a very sad matter, especially for class 10. So that will be very painful for you only. So please be attentive towards the study. So today again we will continue our discussion of the question and answer of lesson 3, metals and non-metals. So one of the question is reactivity of aluminium decreases if it is dipped in HNO3. Reactivity of aluminium decreases if it is dipped in HNO3. My dear students, as you know that nitric acid is a strong oxidizing agent. So when aluminum metal is dipped in nitric acid, it reacts with the oxygen released by HNO3 and forms a protective or passive layer of aluminum oxide. These oxide layer do not allow further to reach the aluminum surface. As a result, the rate of reaction becomes less. Once again, HNO3 acts as a strong oxidizing agent. It means it releases oxygen. This released oxygen react with the aluminum metal and forms aluminum oxide, forms a layer of aluminum oxide over the aluminum surface. This aluminum oxide layer is a passive layer or a protective layer, and it does not allow further to reach the aluminum surface. As a result, rate of reaction becomes slower. Next question. Carbon cannot be reduced the oxide of sodium or magnesium. Carbon cannot reduce the oxide of sodium or magnesium because sodium and magnesium is a highly reactive metal. It has a great affinity for oxygen. It has a great affinity for oxygen. Sodium and magnesium has a more affinity for oxygen than carbon. As a result, carbon is unable to reduce this metal. Now next question. Iron particles are galvanized. As you know that iron particles react with air and moisture. Iron particles react with air and moisture and forms a flaky brown layer. And this layer is a very weak in nature. So by blowing air or by any mechanical force, this layer removes. Again this brown flaky layer forms. Again it removes and forms. So this process continuously takes place. As a result, the iron particles gets damaged. So in order to prevent it, iron particles are galvanized. Next, metals like sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium are never found in their free state in nature. Free state means in an elemental state. Since it is a highly reactive metal, so it always combines with oxygen, sulfur, which is a presence immediate in the surrounding. That's why it never exists in the free state. It always exists in a combined state or in a compound form like sodium oxide, sodium carbonate, sodium hydroxide, etc. Now next question. An element forms an oxide A2O3. An element forms an oxide A2O3 which is acidic in nature. Identify A is a metal or non-metal. Obviously, if it is acidic in nature, obviously it will be non-metal. Obviously, it will be, what is the general formula? A2O3. A2O3, it is a general formula and it is given to you, its nature is acidic, so must be, it will be non-metal. Now if you talk about in a concrete form, then it could be one of the formula P2O3. Now next question. An alkali metal A gives a compound B, molecular mass 40. An alkali metal A gives a compound B, molecular mass 40 on reacting with water. The compound B gives a soluble compound C on treatment with aluminum oxide. Identify A, B and C. So first of all, since molecular mass is given to you, so with this one can predict that easily it is a sodium hydroxide, NaOH, 23 plus 16 plus 1, 40U. So the element is sodium, A is sodium, B is sodium hydroxide. Again, it reacts with treatment with aluminum oxide. So NaOH plus Al2O3. NaOH plus Al2O3. It forms a soluble product NaAlO2 plus H2O, sodium aluminate. This reaction might have you have come across in the extraction, this concentration of bauxite ore. So it is a C. This is a A, this is a B, this is a C. Once again, an alkali metal A gives a compound B, molecular mass 40 on reacting with water. So alkali metal is sodium. When it reacts with water, forms a compound NaOH whose molecular mass is 40. So you see that sodium 23, oxygen 16 plus hydrogen 1. Altogether it comes 40. Now this compound reacts with aluminum oxide, forms a soluble compound, sodium aluminate. Now next question. A non-metal A is an important constituent of our food and forms two oxides B and C. Oxide B is a toxic, whereas C causes global warming. As you know that one of the important gas which is responsible for global warming is a carbon dioxide. So it means must be a non-metal. A is carbon. A is carbon. It forms two oxide. It forms two oxide when it is a pass through excess CO2, then it forms CO2. When it is a limited supply of oxygen, then it forms CO, limited. Carbon monoxide. And carbon monoxide, as you know, that is a dangerous when we inhale, then it combines with the hemoglobin and forms deoxyhemoglobin. No? That it stops decarboxyhemoglobin. So it stops the supply of oxygen to the various parts of the body. That's why this carbon monoxide is a dangerous gas. So it means the element is a carbon, and it forms two oxide, carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is a toxic in nature. Thank you. Have a nice day.